Alrighty. Ahoy, everybody! It's Captain James again, and I do apologize for not uploading a new video onto this channel. Yes, I know it's been a couple of months. Unfortunately, I have been busy, but I'm back for now, and I have some time to finally make this video. So, with that being said, what's been going on recently? Well, the National Pirate Party ended up making a few adjustments onto the national platform, and we're going to go over them. So, with that being said, let's go over the updates. So, the first update happened like around a month ago, and it involves the opening up government plank. The first part right here is basically the same as before, but they also added a second paragraph to this stance as well. As it currently stands, America's electoral system is broken. Two political parties have entrenched themselves, and they prevent other viewpoints from being heard. Yes! Yes, it needs to be said. To address this, the Pirate Party proposes that legislatures should be elected via proportional representation, candidates should have less barriers to ballot access, and voter registrations should be automatic. So, yeah, basically, the goal is to try to get more people to get involved in our democracy and to get more third parties into office so that way we can have a more functional democracy. So, yeah. And the second thing that has happened, this second change has only happened like earlier this week, is changes in our foreign policy. As you can see here, the foreign policy plank has like one, two, three, four, five, six subsections, and we're gonna read all this together. We advocate for the right to free association and self-determination. We believe people living in a political entity should have the right to maintain, alter, or conclude their relationship to larger entities to join in union, if it is the will of the people. We affirm the right to free movement. The foreign policy of the United States has not reflected those values. Oh yeah, that's pretty true. First up, international law. To hold ourselves accountable to the standards we expect of other countries, we believe that the United States should ratify the Rome Statute and repeal the Hague Invasion Act, join the Ottawa Treaty and the CCM Treaty, ratify the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea and join the High Seas Treaty, ratify Protocol 1 and 2 to the Geneva Conventions, make all international treaties self-executing and engaging with the system of international law without substantive carve-outs, pay UN dues in full and on time. The same standard applies to what we fund abroad. We should give no military aid to any undemocratic country, including the genocidal apartheid state of Israel. So yeah, as you all can see, the National Pirate Party has taken a stance on the Israel-Palestine conflict. And yeah, we're not going to send any more money to Israel. No way. Anyways, Pan-Americanism. In our own hemisphere, decades of embargo and sanction have punished populations without changing the governments they were aimed at. The United States has not been a good neighbor. Yeah, that's true. We believe that through the OAS or other Pan-American organizations, we should foster genuine collaboration and friendship. We should end the Cuban embargo, close Guantanamo Bay, yes, lift sanctions on Nicaragua, yeah, and end the occupation of Venezuela. Agreed. Legislation should be passed explicitly preventing the US government and its intelligence agencies from covertly interfering with elections anywhere. This is only a start to what needs to be done to repair relations in the Americas. Trade and sanctions. We strive for free trade and free movement of peoples, as it will lead to a higher quality of life for everyone. Unfortunately, sanctions and tariffs will remain a tool of policy for the foreseeable future. They should be bounded in time and should be targeted at governments like those of Russia and China, which continually infringe upon their citizens' human rights. Okay, so basically, we are supporting sanctions and tariffs. Okay, there should be permanent humanitarian exemptions in sanctions for food and medicine. Sunset clauses and mandatory congressional reauthorization should be attached to any sanctions or tariff regime. Military spending. Our force structure should be sized to the missions we actually intend to carry out. The US military is by far the most powerful in the world. It is an unjustifiable level of overpreparedness. With the goal of reducing US military spending by 50% of its current levels over the next 15 years, we should reevaluate our defense spending priorities. Savings should first come from contractors. We should restore competitive bidding at the default. We should require certified cost and pricing data on every part of a military contractor sells us. The Pentagon budget should be cut every year it fails to audit. and most overseas bases should be closed. Yes. We should pair this drawdown with a doubling of the Peace Corps. Alright? Nuclear weapons. While nuclear weapons will certainly remain an essential part of the US military capability for the foreseeable future, our nuclear strategy should be aimed at the eventual goal of a world without them. To that end, we should negotiate an expanded new START successor treaty to govern a mutual shutdown in nuclear operations within a framework that can include all nuclear powers. We should adopt a legally binding no first use policy for nuclear weapons. We should ratify the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. So basically, we are against nuclear weapons, and we want to do all the efforts that we can to basically end nuclear programs around the world. So that way we won't have to face concerns about nuclear war and the damage that will be caused by it. So yeah, last up, war powers. Congress must also reclaim its constitutional authority over the use of force. The 2001 AUMF should be repealed and the War Powers Act should be amended to close loopholes and strengthen enforcement. Yes. The War Powers Act should be updated to require congressional authorization before introducing U.S. forces into any hostilities, except to repel an actual armed attack on the United States. Any such emergency use of force should terminate automatically with appropriations cut off, absent congressional authorization within 30 days. The definition of hostility should be expanded to explicitly include drone strikes, standoff strikes, special operations raids, offensive cyber operations, direct support to belligerents, and any other comparable use of force that successive presidents have used to avoid congressional oversight and conduct illegal wars. Individual members of Congress should be granted standing to sue for unauthorized uses of force, with expedited review and political question dismissal barred. So that's basically our stance on foreign policy. And other than that, the National Party is currently discussing on where to hold their convention for 2027. And yeah, the National Party is also going to be undergoing some elections right now because someone from the National Party is going to be stepping down on their position in September. So yeah, outside of that, that's really all I have for now. And with that being said, I hope you all have enjoyed. Feel free to join the Discord server just in case you want to join the Pirate Party. And yeah, with that being said, you know why I like this party? Because this party is in favor of a lot of cool stuff like clean water, opposition to flock cameras, privacy, committed to the anti-war movement, so, and they're against copyright. So with that being said, vote pirate, vote independent, fuck the Democrats, fuck the Republicans, victory is ours. With that being said, I hope you all enjoy and I'll see you all later. Peace.